So we all know the Amazing World of Gumball is weird, but one thing Gumball secretly does better than most cartoons: sneakily turning iconic video games into full-blown episodes. I'm talking about moments where you're watching and suddenly realize, wait a minute, that's literally Mario. That's literally Sonic. Whether it's a platforming reference, an RPG parody, or a straight-up fighting game showdown, Elmore knows how to game. In this video, we're diving into the craziest times Gumball channeled your favorite games, from sidekicks gone rogue, to magical quests, to digital disasters. The Sidekick, Season 2, Episode 24. From the opening moment when Darwin gets a wing power-up in a candy wonderland, only to crash into reality, attempting to soar over a shed with badminton rackets, you already sense the Super Mario Bros. Vibe. But the Sidekick turns that homage into something much deeper. Darwin's frustration builds instantly. Gumball spams the down button until his poor brother ends up crouching in an infinite glitch loop. Real video game logic in Elmore. And when Gumball shouts,
"Laws of physics! Then break the laws of biology!"
you know you're in parody territory. The real emotional punch hits midday when Darwin sees his yearbook entry. Everyone just calls him Gumball's orange bag or sidekick, not his own person, triggering his decision to lead their mission to get back a stolen game from Tobias. By choosing to ditch Gumball and let him fall into Tobias's cellar, Darwin's literally playing the Luigi role, declaring,
"That's where demoted me from a sidekick to a footstool." Okay.
From there, the duo's madcap kidnapping of Tobias's mom leaves Gumball horrified, and by forcing everyone into a ransom joke while pushing an unconscious parent down a street, the stakes feel cartoonishly high. Anais shows up nowhere to stop them. They chase after Jackie, who accidentally rolls down a hill, narrowly save her from a truck, and finally Gumball calls Darwin Guardians. In the end, Tobias says the game's actually gone, and they grudgingly let him keep it. It's a perfect parody of Super Mario Bros. Hierarchy, Darwin feeling stuck in the secondary role, growing up just enough to demand agency, only to realize sometimes winning means letting go. Imagine Sonic Rush with the emotional core of Gumball, and you've pretty much captured what The Traitor, Season 4, Episode 19 tries and succeeds to do. We open in the Watterson kitchen. Gumball forces a smile by yanking his face with a hair clip, then whips together a ridiculous sandwich. Carrots, sushi, marshmallows, sprays rose petals from the front door down the sidewalk, and straightens a dinner table, all in under 10 seconds. When Darwin asks if Penny's coming over, Gumball corrects him, face still stretched.
What?
It's an instantly abrasive, glitchy start, like spawning into a level too fast. Gumball picks up his phone and sees Alan's social media update. Family day out, joyful burger, passing right in front of their house. That's enough to activate betrayal mode. The traitor's face pops on the HUD, and the real world warps into Elmore level tracts. And as Gumball storms out, animated civilians like Hot Dog Guy and Tony explode into burrs and stars when he run forwards through them, the show's most literal enemy hitbox metaphor to date. Gumball and Darwin chase the Keens across multiple Elmore zones, joyful burger, cinema, park, like the end of a cornered boss fight, the game over delay loops. Every time they almost catch Alan, it resets. Gumball leans over duck ponds to eavesdrop, revs his senses for clues. Final stage, Gumball and Darwin burst into Alan's hospital room, thinking they'll confront the traitor. Instead, Alan explains his mother is having a flatulum transplant, a balloon-only procedure. Surprise, Alan is donating the air organ. Their picnic? A carefully planned last day of freedom before the operation. Burgers first, movies second, park at sunset. That's the moral twist. Alan's selfless act resets the emotional boss meter. Guilt hits Gumball like a corrupted sprite. Darwin helps him craft a heartfelt apology. Dramatic fade out includes them operating on Alan in an absurd pretend surgeon gag. Yay, cartoon logic. This isn't just an episode, it's a 7-minute side quest about leveling emotional maturity, delivered with parody mechanics from classic sprite-based run-and-chase games. Imagine opening The Legend of Elmore, The Golden Lake, the most anticipated sequel to an epic 16-bit RPG. Except in Gumball, it's a spoof called The Tale of Elmore. Gumball and Darwin discover its release in The Promise, Season 2, Episode 32. In the episode, The Promise from the Amazing World of Gumball, the narrative follows a weekend that spirals out of control due to a conflict between friendship and obsession. At the heart of this episode lies a fictional game called The Tale of Elmore, The Golden Lake, a clear parody of Nintendo's legendary Zelda franchise. The episode begins with Gumball and Darwin riding the school bus home. Gumball is excited, borderline euphoric, because the highly anticipated sequel to The Tale of Elmore is releasing that weekend. The game is shown with a cover design that mirrors classic Zelda aesthetics. Gumball treats the release like a sacred event. Meanwhile, Darwin is struggling with a promise he made to Banana Joe to help him make a sad video, which conflicts with the weekend's gaming plans. Flashbacks show how the boys discovered the game's announcement, reacting with over-the-top joy. Their celebration mirrors the joy many fans experience when a new Zelda game is announced. The conflict escalates when Darwin tries to keep his promise to Banana Joe, but Gumball manipulates him emotionally to prioritize playing Elmore instead. Gumball's obsession is portrayed with humor, but also carries an edge of satire, reflecting how game releases can become all-consuming. At the electronics store, the game is treated with reverence. Gumball lifts the disc as if he's pulling the Master Sword from the pedestal, even humming a Zelda-like tune. Once they get home, the game is right there, glowing with potential, but Darwin's guilt grows stronger. The show cleverly contrasts the epic fantasy of Elmore with the simple reality of keeping a promise. Gumball's internal battle becomes almost mythical, and at one point he personifies selfishness like a dark power trying to possess him. It's a brilliant metaphor for the allure of escapism through video games, especially those as immersive and beloved as Zelda. Eventually, the power of friendship triumphs. Gumball helps Darwin fulfill his promise to Banana Joe, symbolizing a return to moral grounding. The episode ends with the two friends back on the bus, the glow of the game still present, but no longer controlling them. The Tale of Elmore serves not only as a parody, but as a narrative device that magnifies the stakes of a simple moral choice. The Secret in Season 1, Episode 22, and The Words, Season 2, Episode 12. You think Gumball playing a fighting game is just for laughs? Think again. It's a full-on homage to Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, except in Gumball's universe, it's way odder, way more awkward, and funnier than any real fight ever could be. First, two middle school kids locked in a school bathroom. Classic setup. The secret kicks off with Gumball and Darwin spilling old dirt, turning the place into ghost hunting territory, while trying to break each other's will. They eventually bust out the console and fire up a fighting game referred to as Kebab Fighter. It looks and sounds like something straight out of an arcade. Darwin's chosen fighter has its HP bar vanish in about 2 seconds. Gumball slams him into oblivion with a gigantic hammer. And just like Mortal Kombat's iconic line, when his punch lands, the screen yells, "End it!" A wink at MK's signature, "Finish him." And that's not even the weirdest part. Gumball taunts Darwin, retreats like a rage-quit king, and raises the stakes with spicy tacos and a single glass of milk, forcing Darwin to crawl like an ocean trench to survive. Now that's all cool fighting game energy, but the real homage comes later in Season 2's The Words, when Gumball and Darwin face off in an insult battle so cinematic that the entire episode feels like a quick Street Fighter match. Swap punches for burn lines, and pride for health bars. Every zinger lands with dramatic slow-mo, and the kind of bravado that would make Ken and Ryu blush. The genius of these two episodes is how they tap into that fighting game intensity and superimpose it onto normal small-town chaos. You get the rhythmic button smashing, the over-the-top announcer literally narrating Darwin's failed attempts to reveal the secret, and even dream sequences where truth is as elusive as the final boss. It's absurd, it's smart, and it's the kind of parody that doesn't just nod at gamer culture, it punches the air in Twin Stick Requiem.